Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me Team Mosso at 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. That's Team Mosso at the 1916company.com. Today, my favorite type of watch to present, something fun and fine and uncommon from Vacheron Constantin. This is the Malte dual-time regulator, a 2003 model year launch that is fantastic. 39 millimeters in yellow gold, beautifully proportioned, 11.3 millimeters thick, 46 millimeters on the nose, lug-to-lug with a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. This watch hails from a time when the Malte collection was defined by these expressive lugs rather than a tonneau case profile. That would come later. But the watch on my wrist is a beautifully sized watch. As you can see, my wrist 16 centimeters circumference. Even with the strap not broken in and pulled quite tight, I've got plenty of room right here to put this on a smaller wrist. This would wear fine on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Down the barrel is going to give you the real definitive look, and then a low enough profile to fit easily underneath a dress cuff. Taking a look at the strap, you can see we have high gloss black, thin cut, monotone stitched alligator leather, and in profile a sheer cut side with lacquering for refinement. Calfskin on the bottom, no crimping. We've got a Jean Rousseau maker's mark, so it's a pull tab spring bar system that features a quick release mechanism. You just pull with your thumb and it pops right off. We have a Vacheron Maltese cross style pin buckle. You can see the logo of the company, the Maltese cross. It's on the crown, it's on the buckle, it's on the dial, and you'll find it underneath this hunter style caseback. So the watch has an incredible set of lugs. Vacheron's longtime styling signature isn't one particular design like the Royal Oak Jumbo or the Nautilus 5711 or the Speedmaster Professional. No, Vacheron's signature is the huge range of lugs with huge personality that have been produced on its watches over the years. They are almost always standout no matter what form they take. Here we have an expanding profile with a stepped edge and welded case construction where the lug is inserted into the flank, welded on, and then hand filing is used to create these super sharp breaks between the lug and the case. You can see there's even a little bit of a concave to this lug profile. We've got a pump pusher for the secondary time zone, which is in a 24-hour format. And by the way, the feel of this pusher is that of a fine column wheel chronograph. It's deeply impressive. We have a shallow conical bezel with a little bit of a flange abutting the crystal, and then a soft opaline silver dial with a second time zone and a regulator layout. We have small seconds, minutes, and hours in the fashion of a regulator clock, as they used to be used in watchmaking atelier, with detailed setting of hours, minutes, and seconds separate for the use of setting watches and timepieces in the studio. We also have a radial date. You can see there's a pointer-style date. We have two sunken sub-registers. Not only is this a regulator, it is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, so it is fine, but it is also formidable. You can see we have Arabic numerals that wax and wane in size, a lovely styling motif that's used here. We can also see half-frosted broadsword hands for better contrast against the dial base, applique yellow gold indices on the chemin de fer, or the railroad track style minutes scale. And then we'll open up that case back, and you can see Vacheron caliber 1206. So this is in the Grand Établisseur Tradition of Vacheron. Établisseur, meaning putting the best pieces together. Essentially, this is a Frédéric Piguet 1160, and it's Frédéric Piguet 1150 with some modifications. So FP is the manufacturer Blancpain factory, and it makes high horology pieces. This is a high horology watch. It's a natural match, but it's a stepped up beat rate, so 4 hertz instead of 3 hertz, with twin barrels. That gives us a 72-hour power reserve and the higher beat rate, along with 5-position adjustment, allowing this watch to meet and beat the COSC chronometer testing thresholds. The twin barrels allowing not just for 3 days of power reserve, but excellent rate stability, all pivoting on 31 joules. And the decoration is worthy of the Vacheron name. You can see beveling, you can see stripes, polished screw heads, stripes on the rotor with snailing on the edge. If you look at the edge of these bridges, you can also see snailing on the sides. There's also solarization on the barrel caps and beveling within the jewel sinks. The screw heads have been polished, yes, but their slots and circumference also chamfered, and all of this 30 meters water resistant. Here's the inside of the case back. It is spring-loaded and has a nice snapshot tolerance to it. A lovely piece. The only feature it does not have is a hacking seconds function, but other than that, it is absolutely stacked. There's a small pusher adjuster and profile to allow you to adjust the pointer style date, and again, the second time zone executed with the pusher up at 11 o'clock. If you love this watch, I guess it's more like 10:20 on the dial. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.